cooperates, I will put it up on YouTube tonight. I think we had a couple students that were absent. Anyways, you guys could watch it again if you needed to. So you guys know the formula for area. In this here, I just want to point this out. We've talked about this before, but they've got volume equals B times H. Anybody remember what the B stands for? Yeah.
Bottom?
Well, kind of. It's a different way of saying it, but it's base times height. So if I drew something, and let's say it had an area, or the base, or the area was, I don't know, let's say it was 20. We'll say 20 inches, but then I turned it into sort of a prism, okay? It's just going to be the height or the length, depending on how you want to look at it, times the base, okay? But normally, volume is length times width times height. But if they give you the base, this part in here, then all you do is multiply that, sort of like you've already figured out the area, then you just multiply it by the height or whatever length that third dimension is. Okay, so just don't get confused about that. If you see B times H, it's just simply the base times the height, which means they've already done, what's the formula for area? Area equals length times width. So the base has already been, you've already done the length times the width, which gives you the base. And then you just do the height. So I just wanted to point that out to you. I think some of you kind of already knew that. Maybe others did not. I'm not sure. Gosh, you look at this here. They've given you the base already, or the area of that. Okay, and then you just multiply it by its height. Same thing here. They've given you the base. This equals the base. Okay, so don't get confused about those.
So number 2, someone just like 3 times 6 and get the base?
Well, yeah. Well, yes, you could. That's exactly right. You could do 3 times 6 and get the base, and then you multiply that by 8. That's exactly right, Mr. Graham. Okay. So anyways, I think you guys look at these now and you probably, a lot of you say, oh, it's easy. I can do that. Okay? Backside. Says model with math, write an expression for the volume of the bar magnet. Well, I'm not sure what they're talking about. Write an expression. Remember, an expression does not have an equal sign, so there's no equal sign. So basically, I think if they're asking for the volume, it's going to be, well, what? Length times width times the height. And I don't know if they want us to use these. It'd be 0.5 times what? 2.25 times 0.25. Okay? And notice it says, write an expression, which really I've already done for you. They're not even asking for an answer. They're not asking you what the volume of this is. Okay, number 8. The front door of a house is 80 inches tall. What's the volume of the door? I'm assuming they're talking about this door right here. So they're saying this is 80 inches. You should be able to figure out the volume of the door in inches. Number 9, a bedroom door in the house had the same dimensions as the front door, but the area of the base is 60 inches rather than 72. Well, if this is 2 inches wide and this is 36, what's 36 times 2 equal?
72.
72, okay. So they're saying, but the area of the base is 60 inches rather than 72. How much greater is the volume of the front door? Well, so you're going to do it'd be 60 times 80. Because they give us the area of the, the base, and the height is 80. Okay, versus 72 times 80. And so how much greater? Well, there want another difference between the two. All right, number 10, living room in the house has an area of 224 square feet and a width of 14. What's the length of the room? So they've given you the area and one of the numbers and a width. What's the length of the room? So just think about that. There's a little bit of division involved. Maybe how many times 14 goes into 244 to get the other one. Number 11, a cube has a volume of 1,000 feet. What's the length of the edge of the cube? So in other words, all the sides, that wasn't a very good cube. All the sides are the same length. They're all the same. Length. They're all the same. So what's the length of each one? Okay? I mean, so in other words, three numbers that are the same that equal 1,000. Whew. How hard is that, huh? Okay, a quadrilateral has all sides the same length and no right angles. What is the name of the quadrilateral? Some of you might know it, but it starts with an R. The letter R. You might have to look that one up. Number 13 is multiple choice. Okay, I will upload this to YouTube, assuming it recorded well. And